pandemic began, we were not sure how it spread. Everyone began wearing masks and using hand sanitizers, great ways to slow the spread, but a lot of people still get sick. I can personally attest to that. We now know that COVID-19 spreads via aerosols and droplets from the nose and mouth, and I've been thinking about this for a while. Why aren't we also sanitizing the nose and mouth, killing the virus directly at the place where it spreads? Why weren't more doctors thinking about this? Well, some doctors have done the research. Wish I discovered it sooner. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Halodyne. It's an FDA-registered antiseptic for the nose and mouth that's proven to eliminate 99.99% of the virus that causes COVID-19 in just 15 seconds. That's right. It's created by a team of clinicians with decades of experience in antiviral treatments, initially created to protect healthcare workers. These are smart scientists, and it's a great product that also eliminates many other viruses and infecting particles. I'm using both their nasal antiseptic swab and their oral spray to help protect those around me, and you should be too. For others and for yourself. Whether you're hopping on a 3-hour flight, always use it there, visiting grandparents, or attending a meeting that you can't miss, Halodyne's family of oral and nasal antiseptics give you the safe, easy, on-the-go antiviral protection for up to 4 hours. I encourage you to try Halodyne at halodyne.com today. My listeners get 10% off with the discount code Dr. Drew. That is HALODINE.com, discount code DRDREW. I am so grateful for our friends at Blue Microphones. Not only have they completely changed what our show sounds like, they've given me headphones so I can monitor things better. This is the mic for millions of creative people, and now I know why. I'm so grateful for them completely changing the quality of our audio. You'll find Blue mics like Yeti and the Mouse, which we're using here, both in pro studios and home studios, literally all over the world. Their popular Yeti caster is a Blue Yeti microphone, plus a boom arm system that's behind many of your favorite podcasts. I run into them all the time, and now I know why. If you've ever thought about creating your own podcast or YouTube channel, Blue can make you sound and look great. Just visit bluemic.com and click Get Started, and you can start telling your story.
Hey, everyone. It's a dose of Dr. Drew. Hey, Drew, what's your story?
What's my story? I've got a new microphone from Blue Mic called the Blueberry. You guys like that sound? It's a big deal. I used it on television last night at work. And these are my new travel companions, my UVC light and my Halodyne. Whoops, there's Halodyne. This is,
And then the seed, so
you're starting to hear stories now about mouthwashes and, things you can do to reduce the risk of transmission. Dentists have been doing it for a while, and the nasal swab's also an important thing. There are several products. If you have any difficulty with this one, there's a lot of products for the nose out there that are being advocated right now. So we add to the benefits of the mask.
Mm-hmm. Don't say the M word.
Hello, my queen's above 18. That's one of the things I'm already saying. And somebody asked if they wanted to see some flu numbers for the year, and they're very, very, very low. The idea is that the flu was displaced in some sense, displaced by the coronavirus. We are going to chat a little bit here for about 30 minutes. I know we're early today. Oh, Suzanne,
did anybody get notified on locals?
Everybody's saying they don't hear me. The volume is off.
All right. That's weird.
So maybe turn my headset down and turn the... There we go. Flipping Birdie says...
New mic. I got to try it out. Try it out.
Is that... Try it out, yeah.
Low volume.
Try it out.
I can get
but remember, the ad was low, too. Flipping Birdie, how do I scroll back up here? Flipping Birdie's wanted to say thank you to whoever did his circumcision for him. Here it is. I just want to thank the doctor that circumcised me. I'm sure it hurt, but he created a masterpiece. No Q-tips needed.
When did that happen, Flipping Birdies?
Devon has developed handshaking over the last couple of months. There's a lot of reasons for tremor. You ought to talk to a doctor about that. I don't know how old you are, whether you have familial tremor. Is this post-COVID? Liz, you're using the Xlear, I guess it's called. Good nasal, but you should use also the Halodyne for the mouthwash.
I'm digging this mic, Drew.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a really good. I tested a lot of Blue mics and this was my favorite one by far.
You gave it to me, and they are in stock, I think, if you go to drdrew.com/bluemic.
So Facebook is exclusively having the volume problem. Periscope is good.
They're fine now. I turned it up.
Okay.
I just didn't want to. For Vox, I have to turn everything down. So then I have to turn it back all up. And
so Trevor wants to know how's the fluvoxamine going.
We're going to talk about that, and that's the F word today. So we can't talk about it on on YouTube. So here's the plan. We're going to save the fluvoxamine story for when our friend Steve Kirsch shows up at the half. So let's do a little bit of time on YouTube, and then everybody move over to the other platforms, and we will talk about whatever we want with whatever words we want at 12:30 when we introduce Steve Kirsch.
Okay, so Andrew
And you might remember him as the fluvoxamine guy.
Yes. So Andrew Ashkazvili, thank you for the note.
I said it again.
I know. Thank you for the note about Jersey Shore. I loved working with those guys. They really are a lot of fun. And there's Steve Kirsch. So let's repeat what we're going to do. We're going to leave YouTube in about 30 minutes and head over to Twitch, Facebook, and Periscope only, so we can have a conversation about my fluvoxamine, which is a medication I'm taking.
It's an antidepressant.
Steve convinced me to take it, and it has helped me quite a bit in my long hauler symptoms, quite a bit.
Don't say that.
I can say long hauler. I can say that.
Okay.
And Sarah, I'm eating very healthy. I'm eating juices and all kinds of stuff. Susan has been extremely on me with that. So my nutritional intake.
One juice drink this week.
Well, and a lot of good quality grass-fed meats and all kinds of stuff where I'm taking.
I've been cooking for
him. It's interesting. The Luvox, I guess I can say that, has decreased the ringing in my ear, which is quite striking. I'm not saying we don't know that it's
let's wait until Steve comes.
Yeah, we don't know it's a general treatment for tinnitus. I doubt it, but it seems to help with that.
Oh, there's Rebecca Fearing, my psychic friend.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Wait a minute. What did Andrew just say to me? Oh, he says we sound good. What's my opinion of wearing two M's? We can't. YouTube will not let us talk about anything.
You can talk about it. I think it's a good idea. When Drew was sick, I wore two in the house, and my kids Douglas and Zarina wore them the first day we found out you were sick. Jordan didn't.
He didn't wear a mask? Or he didn't wear two?
He didn't wear a mask the first day.
Really?
Yeah. So I almost think that had something to do with it.
Makes sense.
Because he said, oh, yeah, the first day I was like, oh, whatever. And then we were all walking around with two masks on, and then he wasn't. So maybe that's when he got it. I don't know.
So there is some crazy story in the Daily Mail about an experimental cancer drug that might help hospitalized COVID patient. It's XOCD24. I think we would hear more about that if it were legitimate. So I don't know anything about this. So I don't have an opinion yet until we get some real literature on that. People are asking about it. Yeah, Lauren, it is ridiculous, but here we are. It's the world we live in. Flipping Birdies again, Susan. I was just watching the podcast with me and Ryan on your mom's on After Dark, Drew After Dark. The Q-tip comment was the joke. Thank you for that.
So what happened with the Q-tip?
Ryan and I talked about it. Ryan Seckler and I talked about a lot of stuff.
I got to get that band.
I can't remember. It was a week or two ago, and I have COVID brain. I'm suspecting it probably had something to do with Forrest Gant. Oh, I remember what it was. Guy had a strange scarring after his circumcision, and it would accumulate stuff that he had to clean out with a Q-tip. Sweden and Finland, some children and young adults got narcolepsy when vaccinated against swine flu. What's the difference between vaccine and COVID vaccine? Totally different. There was H1N1, right? A totally different thing, and completely different manufacturing process. So, like apples and oranges.
Everybody's trying to figure out how to use Facebook and Twitch and Periscope right now. If you go to Drew's Twitter and you just click on the link to the show, that'll take you to Periscope and you can sign up in 2 seconds. Or you might be able to watch it on your laptop. I'm not sure.
So Mark is asking, can you overdo Halodyne? I'm sure you could irritate your lining your surface, but the chemist that made that is also an ophthalmologist, was really careful about the chemistry of this thing. And B12 levels being too high, they can be high, but I've never seen any pathology from that.
I just got an email from Twitch that says you're live. So when we go live on Twitch, it'll give you a notification in your email.
That's interesting.
I know. I'm learning all these things. It's like maneuvering through all these.
What vaccine do I recommend if given a choice? I think I'm going to take the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because I will have a choice because I've got a few months as I've explained to people repeatedly, I'm going to be doing this antibody and B memory and T cell function analysis called the additive score, which I'm guessing it's not yet available publicly yet. A lot of people have signed up for it, and they aren't really talking about what they want to do yet, but it will be available soon.
I have a question, not a little off topic.
Yeah.
You know how Christina P. and Tom Segura are moving to Austin, and you're going to have to go to Austin once a month to tape your show? What if they is there a chance they could keep this studio live here and then just have you meet with other, have somebody else run that, and then have you just have other,
so do some from here?
Yeah, have other comedians
if we're not doing, if Christina's not available,
like we did at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe. That may be.
I mean, I wonder what they're going to do with that studio.
Yep. Flipping Birdies is heading right over to Twitch now.
Okay.
Is the immunological memory the same if you get Pfizer as opposed to having COVID and running through the natural disease? No, it is not, Charlie. It's a really great question. So I had my immunity tested, and my immunity was...
Don't talk about your immunity.
Oh,
Wait until after.
No, I'm not talking about being this. So I'm talking about...
No, don't bring it up until Steve gets here.
All right, Charlie Pratt, you're going to have to... let's put it this way. I have many orders of magnitude more antibody flying around against multiple viral proteins than the average vaccine recipient.
But they won't let you go into Fox.
Right, but they kept me home.
They found out you went to Jason Ellison's house.
Somebody...
so weird. It's like, what? I don't have COVID. Like, come on.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine Steward with a WRRRT, that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks, and they're going to have tens of millions of doses ready to go. I think that's going to break the logjam on the vaccines.
I hope so too. That's not till June.
Somebody's calling the fluvoxamine the Vox, so we'll call it the Vox from now on. Whether it helped me with my rage, it helped me with my irritability. It did help me with that a little bit because I guess I'm just feeling better. Random nosebleed 7 weeks after COVID. I could see that happening. There's a lot of irritation in the nose I had too that persisted. COVID tracking project is ending on March 7th. Joe Giannotti is reminding us, which is stunning. It's been such a great source of information. I don't know why they're ending. I'm guessing they ran out of funds. Joe has talked about keeping it going for at least California, New York, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
Andrew, you're saying that the
our
hang
COVID
on here.
talks are coming to an end.
No, we can go to. It's delayed though. What the data we'll be seeing. Where did Andrew go? He had a question. Is vitamin K2 a critical supplement when taking vitamin D? No, vitamin D is adequate in and of itself. Calcium may be important for some people. Okay, hang on here. I'm just looking for Andrew Ashkazvili's comment because I wanted to comment. The Rand Paul thing. I didn't see that, so I don't know. Vaccine, if you're on Humira, you got to talk to your doctor about that. 66% efficacy, but a lot of that was in South Africa where they have variant strains. So I felt that was pretty good. That was for even moderate COVID. That was for any COVID. It had something like 100% efficacy in terms of hospitalization and death. So they were different endpoints in the Johnson & Johnson study. And by the way, the way I think about what I need is a booster because I have lots of antibody flying around. So I essentially need a booster. Okay, FDA says they're going to meet conveniently on February 22nd. Why do you say February 22nd is convenient? Because it's so long into the future, they don't get to it right now. If you remember with the other vaccines, that's what took the longest, was to get the meeting together. Once they got it together, they approved it in a couple of days. The J&J got submitted to the FDA today. Okay. Dr. Joseph Varon out of Houston, Susan, is being recommended to us.
Who?
Joseph Varon, Varon.
What is he?
And Joe is working on the entire nation COVID tracking. It seems like a massive project, Joe. I hate to see you, overwhelmed by that. But that's great. No, I'm not familiar with bromhexine. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Don't mention names of drugs yet until we get there. You guys don't even write, if you're on YouTube, don't even write any words that are medically related until and head over to the other platforms because we can't have them on our algorithm, or they will shut our channel down.
Yeah. We think. We don't. If they would just give us some guidelines, we would happily comply.
I'm trying to be a devil's advocate here.
Is there a way to help with the symptoms after COVID? Anthony, if you go over to Periscope in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to talk to Stephen Kirsch about those very issues.
Or Facebook.
There's a lot of stuff being done there. In fact, I just saw today Cedars is putting together a giant study group. I know there are neurological study groups out there. Dr. Patterson is looking at people, looking at their cytokine structure, and Dr. Yogendra is helping put that group together. What are my top 5 must-have vitamins? Vitamin D, minerals. I take minerals. And I don't know. I'm beginning to think glutathione might be a good idea.
Yeah. Try not to talk about your preventative measures.
I am not. I'm talking about general vitamins.
You're not allowed to talk about
nicotinamide riboside.
You can't talk about that on YouTube.
That has nothing to do with
I'm not kidding.
That has nothing to do with the illness.
It said nothing preventative. It doesn't
matter.
matter.
I'm not talking about prevention. I'm talking about for general health. For general health, unrelated to anything that what we're talking about today.
I know.
Vitamin D, minerals, nicotinamide riboside, glutathione. Those are things that I'm, and vitamin C, probably a good idea.
Okay. That's
it. Yes, Linda, I saw about the, you have Raynaud's as well. Interesting. There's lots of clotting phenomenon with COVID, obviously, but not bleeding so much. So the bleeding, again, I can see, because so much irritation of the nasal passage during the illness and afterwards, I can see how bleeding could develop. I tried CBD and THC, made me worse. But
well, you only tried it once. You just felt like shit anyways.
Well, it made me worse. That was the end of my day, you know. Yes, Denise, it is getting crazy. It is indeed. So, but we're in the middle of it, and we'd like to avoid it if possible.
Yeah.
So, is Steve available now? Can we head over to?
Yeah, he'll be here in a few minutes. Just, there must be something else you can.
Yeah, Baron, that is a really important question. Why does YouTube get to decide what is safe or correct information when they don't? If they put a team of medical people inside and had physicians dialogue with other physicians, that would be one thing.
I want to kind of just get everybody on board with this before we have another guest on that gets us censored, so that they know to go to, as soon as the guest comes on, we'll just switch over to the other platform, and then we can talk about whatever we want.
Very good news. Johanna got the monoclonal antibody infusion. Father-in-law got bad, and they called his doctor, did the infusion, and he felt better 2 days later. Yeah, that's the way that infusion works. Okay. I'm telling you, those monoclonal antibodies really.
There's the Periscope link.
Okay, that's where we're going to be.
And then I'm going to do this one. Okay, let's see here. Let me copy this one. Copy. I'm learning how to do all this stuff, so let's see. Copy.
Not so on Twitch too, Susan. We have Twitch also coming.
Okay,
Here comes the Twitch. We love Twitch. We love the whole. Such an interesting place.
Well, we started this whole TV thing with trying to do Twitch, and then we never got anybody over there, and we just stuck with Facebook, and then there's our Facebook usual. Some people like Facebook better because they're already there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting that too.
Okay, should we head over there? Are we?
No, let me get Steve on first.
Your doc is skeptical about the Vox. Yeah, I understand that. I was skeptical too. I waited 2 weeks before I went on it, but I tell you, it had striking effect on me, striking and quick.
Here's Facebook.
Oh, Rain got banned from Twitch. How do you do that? That sounds like a hard thing to do.
Rain? Who?
Rayne got banned from Twitch.
Who's that?
That's somebody on YouTube right now talking to me. Why are you getting the Johnson & Johnson when Moderna is 94% effective?
Right there.
Because I'll talk about it over once we get off YouTube, because I can tell you I've measured my immune response. I'm measuring it again next week.
Oh, good.
And
can I have it too?
Nope, turns out not.
Those bastards. Don't they know who does all your publicity?
Really interesting,
here?
Johanna, that says, thank you for the advice on the infusion. My doctor had no clue about it, had to talk to some other doctor. Yeah, that's so crazy to me that physicians don't know about these treatments, and I blame the public health officials. They should be educating the physicians and the public about how to do this, how to stay out of the hospital, how to use telemedicine to your advantage. Ugh.
Don't you think Jordan should get his Addict score done just so that since it had a lesser?
Yeah, Chris, I don't know how much the Addict score is. They haven't told me yet. But you can sign up at addictscore.com and they will give you all that information. I just don't think they've started up yet. It's a company that's just getting ramped up, and it's a really good service, good product. Twitch app is downloading for Pocketful of Posey. They're all trying to head over there now.
I don't know where Steve is, but he looks like he's going skiing somewhere.
Oh, really?
Oh, I forgot to.
Novavax, also a good vaccine. There you are.
I'm a North Star.
And, oh my God!
You and Josh Flagg are making me angry now.
So she dragged you in, Steve. Are we off YouTube now?
Oh my God, I love this guy.
Susan, are we off YouTube now?
No. Let me put his. Okay, so everyone, this is Steve Kirsch. I don't have his name up yet because I was trying to tell everybody where to go. So Steve, basically what we're doing is we're sending everybody to the other platforms, and I'm going to go in to the Restream account, and I'm going to turn off the YouTube channel. I hope it works. But and then we'll be able to speak openly about what Drew's been going through this week and all the things that he's found with the new F word. So
we're afraid to mention any medication.
So everybody,
Susan, I was talking about general vitamins for general health, and Susan freaked out. You can't talk about it.
Because it said you can't have preventative measures either, and I think the Halodyne's going to get us in trouble too. But anyways, okay, so everybody on YouTube, we love you. You saw the links where to go, and now we're going to say sayonara to you.
You can also go to .true.locals.com too.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.